Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. So last week we have the lesson with the topic first with body or mind. So when we do chanting often, after we do merit, often we aspire for the end of the defilement, but we start practice the body, like practice breathing out or practice follow our step when we do a walking meditation. But the answer in the previous lesson is that the mind is so fast, and whereas the body is crossed and we visible, easy to see, easy to follow. So start with the body. It can help us easier to practice than the mind, because the mind is too fast. And come to today's topic. When we practice well, for the person who practice well with the body, he also can easy to see his mind, because body and mind is two part, but they complement each other. And with the practitioner who practice well in the body, he can see the mind behind, especially the defilement behind, who be the puppet master. So that's why I have today's topic, disadvantages of the defilement. So why we have to be careful with the defilement who control behind the scene, control our body, that make us more suffer in life. So today's topic is based on two discourse in the collection of the Middle Land Discourse, Majjhima Nikaya. So there's a quote in the Majjhima Nikaya: reflecting rationally, he leaves restraining the faculty of the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind. The distressing and feverish defilement do not arise when there is such restraint. So first, talking about the reflecting rationally. So reflecting rationally means knowing by considering skillfully on, reflecting on the things happen. With rationally refer to panya, wisdom, with wisdom. He lives here refer to we live in a normal life through many postures. When we live like that, we restraining our faculty, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body. That's why when we do walking meditation, it's also a practice for example for our life. When we do whatever action we do in life, even we sit, we walk, we stand, we live like that, restraining the faculty of eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and body, and mind. So talking about the faculty of the eye, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind, is referred to the feature of the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind. And restraining mean moderate, mean close, shut, close, just like the door, close, shut the door, or block or prohibit something to come to the mind. So I have the picture here. So you are just like a soldier here, guard your eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind, and not let something to get in. There are some kind of defilements. It may occur when you not guard your eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind well. For example, when you look at something beautiful and you love it so much, and you keep that in mind, and you want to have it. And when you want to have it so much, but you cannot have it, so it's like burning inside. That's why we have distressing and fevering defilements. When you have that defilement in you, you feel distressed. You feel hot inside. You feel dissatisfaction. Okay. In the same way, so that's why fever is here. Fever is here refer to two type of fever. Fever when you have the defilement itself, and fever when you have the consequence of it. So when you have the fever with the defilement itself, just like I give you an example, when you want something so much, but you try to want to have it, but you cannot have it, you get upset, you get dissatisfied with that. And furthermore, when you want something so much but you cannot have it, you try other ways else to get it, like stealing from other person, or break somebody's happiness, family happiness, to get it for your own. And because of that bad action, unwholesome action, unskillful action, that will yield the consequence in the future. So that's what we call the fever in the future, because of the defilement in the present. So the distressing and the feverish defilement do not arise when there is such a restraint. So when you in daily life, in every posture, if you guard yourself well, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind well, so the defilement have no chance to come into you and occur you and control you to do unwholesome action, unskillful action, and let you dissatisfied with the defilement in you, and you the consequence if you do the unwholesome action and in the future. So that is the first quote in the Majjhima Nikaya. So there's another one, make you more easy, more to understand. The Buddha gives you a simile of a cloth. Suppose there's a cloth were defiled and stained. So there is a cloth is naturally pure, but it defiled by the dust, the soul from outside, or it's stained from sweat or from body dust. So because of that, because of the dirty like that, when a dyer dip the cloth into some dye liquid, whether it's a blue one, a yellow cream one, a red one, or a magenta one. So when you do like that, when you take it out, the color you get it from the cloth is look poorly dyed, bad color after dyeing, and it impure in the color. So you put it in the blue color. You want to get the blue cloth, but it's not look like the blue cloth. Or you want a yellow cream color, but it's not look like yellow cream. It can give you a faded color of the color you want. So the Buddha asked that, why is like that? Is there a reason for that? So because when you start, the cloth is impure. Because of the impurity of the cloth, that's why you get it. After dyeing, it's not good in color. It's not you get not pure color. So too, when the mind is defiled, an unhappy situation may be expected. So when your mind is defiled because of the defilement from outside come to you, an unhappy situation may be expected. So when the mind is like that, the best destination is something to expect. Definitely, the person who have such kind of mind will get the bad destination, or the bad destination is something waiting for him, but not something else. So the Buddha used this sentence refer to that there is something absolutely definitely happen, and cannot avoid. So there are two kind of unhappy situation we want to talk about. First one is the unhappy path, and the second one is the unhappy destination. So, and among them, there are also the one for laity and the one for the clergy. So a lay person, normal person, who has defiled mind, because of the defiled mind, because of the defilement, control him, and he want to do something to satisfy his defilement. Just like I give the example, you want something a lot, you want to get it, and you steal it from someone. It means taking what is not given, or you kill a living creature, or you break somebody's happiness, family happiness, or you telling lie, or you telling harsh speech, or you divide somebody harmony, or you talk something nonsense and not get to the good purpose, or you have strong greedy covetousness in mind, or you have wrong view, or you have the idea of destroy people, something like that. So that is called the path, the unhappy path. So when the clerk and a lay person who have defiled mind would do something like that, we call the unskillful act. So when the person who maintain in such a way and such kind of conduct like that, so after the destruction of this body, I mean after dying, what we're waiting for him, he will be born in hell, in animal kingdom, or the hungry ghost. That is called the unhappy destination. So unhappy path into unhappy destination. So for the clergy, the same thing. It's not something different from the lay person and the monk, because there are, if they have defiled mind, they reach similarly result. So the cleric who has ordained in this teaching, who has defiled mind, and he do something not right for the monk side, like become messenger or become physician, or try to divide the Sangha community, the monk community, or destroy the stupa, or have wrong livelihood, something like that. He fulfills such unsuitable behavior, and then because of that, it is called the unhappy path for the clergy. And because he do something not right like that, the unhappy destination is waiting for him, maybe in hell, in animal kingdom, or a hungry ghost. So in the other way, that is the negative side. Buddha gave the example. So on the other side, the positive part, if there's a cloth, pure and bright, no dirt, no sweat, no body dirt. So when you put that cloth into the dye liquid, whether it's blue or yellow cream or red or magenta, so when you take it out, the color is nice, it's pure in the color you want. So why is like that? Because of the purity of the cloth. So too, in the same way, when the mind is undefiled, the happy situation may be expected. So there are also two ways of happy situation. So the happy path and happy destination, and also for laity and for clergy. So a lay person who have purified mind, no defilement. So because no defilement, he always do something good. He abstain from killing living creature, from taking what is not given, or from not destroying others' family happiness, or not saying lie, not telling harsh speech, not telling device speech, not telling the speech nonsense speech lead to nothing, or no strong greedy, no strong mind that try to destroy other person, or wrong view, something like that. So that is called the skillful act. So the lay person who have purified mind will try to do more and more skillful act. And because of that, it is called the happy path leading to the happy destination. So that so after the destruction of this body, he may reborn in the human world or in the deva world, but significant in higher level than other person because of the good deed that he did in this life. So this is called the happy destination. And from the other side, for the cleric, for the monk who has ordained in this teaching, has purified mind. So when he has purified mind, he try and more to practice to keep his precept morality, and then he try more further. Then he practiced the meditation. He may attain some level of jhana absorption, or furthermore, he may get to the noblehood, the first, the second, the third. And when he tried to maintain in such a way, so he practiced the happy path that lead into the happy destination. He, after the destruction of his body, he may reborn in the human world with in a good family, or he may be born in the sixth sensual deva world, or 10 Brahma world, or the 5 pure port for the third level of the noble person, or the 4 immaterial realm. So that is called the happy destination for the clergy. So when we talking about the cloud, when the Buddha used the simile of the cloud, you should consider, you should think why the Buddha used the the simile of the cloud. If the cloud is dirty, you may get not pure color, not good color after dyeing. If the cloth is well, is clean, is pure, so you get the good one. So when he used the simile of the divine cloth, he want to point out the result of the effort. So how to understand that? If you have the cloth dirty, if you have the cloth stained with sweat, with anything else, you can wash it. So after wash it, it return to the natural pure of it, natural color of it. So after wash it, and you dye in color, so you get a good one. So in the same way, there are no useless efforts for us. The Buddha encourages us to have more effort. You can do it. It's just not like you always have the dirty cloth, or you always have the defiled cloth, but you can wash it. So last week's lesson, I gave you an example of this one. This is the process of the mind. So this is the very beginning of a life. We start the first mind of our life, and then followed by another one we call bhavanga. So in this process, this process, there is nothing called defilement. But after that, there will be. The defilement come from outside. It shall mean, and it let you have defiled mind. So it means that you can make your mind radiant again. You can wash your mind again to make it beautiful, and you get the color as you want. So today topic, we have two discourse. The first one, if we practice well, if we practice to control, to see our body well through eye, ears, nose, tongue, and body, the defilement from outside, it cannot have a chance to come to you, to control you, to do something bad. And when the defilement have no chance to get into you, it cannot let you in fever, in unsatisfied. And then because of that, you will not do something bad, unskillful action that will yield the bad result in the future. With the second discourse, you have cloth. If it's dirty, you dye with the color, whatever color it is, it will not get the good color. But if the cloth is fine, pure, so you after dyeing, you will get the pure color, the good color as you want. In the same way, the person who have the defilement in their mind, they will, because of the defilement, control them and lead them to unskillful act. And because of unskillful act, it will lead to the bad destination in the future. On the other hand, if the one who have undefiled mind, a purified mind, they will abstain, stay away from the unskillful act and do more skillful act. And because of that, they will get the good destination in the future. So the Buddha encouraged us to practice more, to have more effort. Virya, remember? Virya, effort to wash our mind. We have a chance. Is there nothing mean destiny in Buddhism that we have no chance to correct ourselves, to be different? So we can be able to wash our mind. And then when we do that, you get the good cloth, and then you get the good color as you want. So be careful with the defilement, because it gives you a lot of disadvantages. So thank you for your listening.
Okay, discussing time. I just want to reiterate what he just said about the simile that the Buddha used. And why did the Buddha use the simile, the cloth? Because he want to point out that after cloth, when it's dirty, and you wanted to make it clean again, you will make an effort of washing and bring it back to the cleanness. In that way, when you dye the cloth in the color that you want, it will bring out the true color. Whereas you dye a cloth that has been dirty and not as white as it's supposed to be, then when you dye into the color that you like, it might come out not the color that you expect. So that's why he want to emphasize the clean cloth is also the simile to resemble to our mind. It gives us hope. Sometimes because we have the wrong understanding or receive the wrong teaching, we end up doing a lot of bad things, unwholesome, unskillful. That's why we reap the result of being unhappy and dissatisfied, extremely to a lot of suffering. But once you realize that the way that you've been doing is wrong and you want to make a difference, and if you are willing, then you can change it. You can make a difference in the current situation by put into effort, by listen to the right teaching and start making change bit by bit. That's the simile of the cloth, like our mind. And our mind always ever changes. And it changes according to the condition. If you graph the condition in the bad way, your mind will be unwholesome. But if your mind graph the good way, it's conditioned for us to be wholesome. Unwholesome yield unhappy result, unhappy mind. Wholesome, skillful will yield the happy, wholesome mind. The result, happy. So that's why the beauty in the teaching is that nothing is permanent, nothing is concrete. It can change according to your will and understanding. That's what I want to point out. Previous slide, he mentioned about restraint, the six faculty, i.e., nose, tongue, and body, and then the mind. How do we do it? Do we reject the negative of what we see? Let's say that if you see something not suitable to our eye, or not what we like to see, does it mean that we should reject it? Should we ignore it? Should we close our eye and don't look at it? The Buddha doesn't point it that way. He's saying that we need to guard our senses. We need to guard our eye in the sense that when you see an object, we see an image, is it suitable to your eyes? If it's suitable to your eye, you feeling of you like it, pleasant, you like it, will rises in your mind. And then because you like it, if you're not careful, it will lead to attachment. At last, attachment. And the attachment so much that you want to own it. And when you want to own it, but you can't, so you might act out by stealing or having dissatisfaction in your mind. And dissatisfaction, that's an unwholesome state of mind. And to the extreme, it leads to a lot of suffering because we want something, but we cannot have. So guarding your mind in the sense that when you see an object that's suitable to your eyes, be aware of what comes next. Be aware that feeling, good feeling, liking feeling will rise. And after liking, the liking, there will be attachment. And attachment lead to suffering. So you need to guard it. Liking is okay. Attaching, you shouldn't. So be aware of it. If you keep thinking about it, also have knowledge that attachment will lead to suffering. Do you want suffering or not? If you don't, then okay, just let it be. Don't grasp it. So vice versa with something that's not suitable to your eyes. And that happened to a lot of people. When we see someone not likable to our eyes, we start having ill will to this person. And when you have ill will to this person, verbal, not nice thing to say about this person, you act out by having attitude to this person, and then that's unwholesome. You will make other people feel uncomfortable, that's one thing, but more importantly, it will lead to a lot of dissatisfaction in your mind and then unhappiness. So when you see something that's not suitable to your eyes, guard it. Understand that the next thing that it will lead, that you could thinking about it, you will think about this person. I give an example. You see someone that you don't feel good about it. You will keep thinking about it. And then the next time you see that person, you might say something harshly or something that hurt other people feeling. So guard your mind and understand it. Then you have this knowledge that you should not nurture this unwholesome state of mind, because it will lead to suffering to yourself and to others. So you need to guard it and have the right understanding. So what should you do when you have this negative state of mind? It's still in your mind yet, not act out. You need to dilute it with something positive, or think positive about something, or saying that this is unwholesome. So if I say something, I will make other people unhappy. But most importantly, I will be the one who feel unhappy too, or worse. So you don't want that. You need to change your attitude, change your view, or dilute it, or contemplating on your object of meditation, for this state of mind eventually perish by itself. You got to do something. That's why you want to make an effort to change the way you think, the way you understand all this time. Wrong understanding, wrong attitude. Because wrong thinking, wrong attitude will lead to suffering. So that's why you don't want. So guard your eyes, your faculty, your eyes. When you see something that's not suitable, or something that's suitable to your eyes. We don't want you to say, oh, wait a minute, you shouldn't be liking it. Because that's when something is suitable to your eye, good feeling rises. You can't stop your good feeling, or you can't stop your bad feeling, right? But what comes next is important, because that will lead to a lot of suffering, right? So guard your eye. If you see something pleasant, then okay, just know that it's pleasant, and then stop at that. Don't go further, because you go further, you attach, okay? Same go with the sound, the object to the ear, which is a sound. Sometimes you hear something pleasant to your ear, you like it, you want more, that's the attachment. So you hear something pleasant, because that thing, it won't ever come to your satisfaction if you keep asking for it. So if it's pleasant to the ear, just know it's pleasant to the ear, and then stop at that. If something not pleasant to the ear, just know that it's not pleasant to the ear and stop at that. Rather than go further, getting annoying, and then get upset. Oh, I want to shut that sound up. What if you can't? Like the neighbor, for example, like at the temple, sometimes the weekend, the neighbor playing very loud music, something very disturbing, like rapping and something like that. We monk can go to the neighbor and shut it down. We just have to live with it and have the right attitude, the right mindset with it. Sound just a sound. It's just our reaction that makes things worse. Because to my dog, the temple dog, he might hear the sound, the pitch might hurt his ear, he might not, but the lyric, he doesn't understand. It doesn't bother him at all. Sound is still sound. But because we understand the language, that's why it bothers us. We do judgment at it. But if the pitch of the sound, the frequency that hurt our ear is the physical part. But even with that, we need to change. We need to have the right attitude toward it in order to remain happy for ourselves, right? So that's the sound to the ear. And then the smell. I just give an example. But if you sit in the room like this and somebody accidentally falls and the bad smell come out, whether you get upset or not, the smell is still pervade, right? But then again, it's just the nature of it. It's the nature, the gas of our body. And you yourself, when you do it, it doesn't sound better. It didn't smell better. So why get upset at it? And understand, or maybe this person not deliberately, drop a bomb like that, So understand that, it's just the nature of it. Sometimes I encourage my nephew when they stay here for the summer. Sometimes they become very gashy and they just, drop the bomb. It's okay. It's part of nature. But if you can control it, you can walk down and release your gas outside. So that way, for people feel okay with it. But if you accidentally do, it's okay. It's just the scent, and everyone have the same smell anyway. So have the right attitude. It helps you to have a good day, good life. So that's the sense of the smell, the object to the nose, the sense of the smell. And go to the next is the tongue. Sometimes your wife cook food and sometimes it tastes good and you praise her and you like it, you want to have more. But sometimes maybe what's wrong with that day, she didn't cook the way that to your taste. Rather than get upset and then upset her and all that, you just be grateful that today is not quite to your taste or it's just food. It won't kill you because you expect you want it to taste good, thing like that. So if the taste is not to your liking, then understand it's just taste. It's just a flavor. It's just a flavors, and have the right attitude. And that way you maintain yourself happy and also make other people happy. That's how you make the change, make a difference in your life. So that's the object to the tongue, this taste, and come to the body. Sometimes you sleep on the bed that is very silky, very cool, very nice to your liking. You like it very much. But if you're not careful, you want to sleep on this bed, right? Out of the bed, you don't want to sleep in the bed. But then again, you can't have that luxury all the time. So what if you don't get the texture that you like? You feel so unhappy, you get upset and you get annoying. So if you sleep on the bed that is nice, suitable, just knowing that it's pleasant. But if you happen to go somewhere or you sleep on the bed or something that not just okay, it's just how it is, and understand it and don't react further. Or something that landed on your skin or the weather's hot, thing like that. Just understand that's the nature of it, and if you react to it, you have suffering to yourself before you suffer. You make suffering to others. So protect yourself, then other will be protected as well. So understand that. So object to your faculty, just recognize it and just let it be. If you ask for more, you ask for trouble. Because you don't have the luxury of having everything you wanted. And if you do, you will never be satisfied because you will never get everything you wanted. Just understand that. So guard, restrain your faculty in that sense. Don't reject it, and don't embrace it. Just recognize that it exists and understand with the knowledge, Penya, that this thing will perish or this thing won't ever come the same next time. So understand that, then you will be safe. You'll be happier in that way. So remember, when he say guard your senses, mean that you watch the object to your senses at the same time check your mind, because watching it is not enough. But when you meditate, you need to learn from whatever come across your senses, and then if you watch your mind, you will see how your mind behave, and you realize that if your mind react strongly negatively about something, suffering will follow. Then you will learn. And if you see something and you see the object, and then you watch your mind, and your mind stay calm and accept it, whatever the situation it is, and your mind stay calm, the result will lead to happiness. Then you will learn, now I see it. If I react negatively about it, I will be unhappy. So next time I learn to keep my mind in the wholesome way. So that's how you meditate. So inside meditation, a lot of people say meditate. It's contemplating, not meditating. Meditating is like you sit still and then focus on one object, and eventually you so focus that your mind will become so calm, then happiness will rise. That's one type of meditation. But inside meditation, you constantly aware of the object and check your mind and then learn something about it. And next time it happens, you know what to do with it because you have the knowledge. That's the beauty of insight. And that's how you make a difference in your life. Make the difference in what situation you're in. Okay, so all of us, whether we train or not, we have this negative root, bad root in us, in our mind, greed, anger, delusion. You don't need to be taught anymore because it's already rooted in you. And when it rooted in you, it will control your act, control your way of saying, control the way you think, and unhappiness follow. So that's why we need to recognize it, and then we will, start washing it like you wash the cloth. And when your mind is pure, every act that you do is going to be wholesome, and wholesome will lead to wholesome result. That's it. But if you're not, no matter how you do, your mind is defiled, polluted, it can never be happy. That's why he mentioned right path will lead to right destination, is to be reborn. So he mentioned that for those of you not familiar with the word in Pali, word called Deva. Deva is more described as the heaven realm. We have the Deva can be the realm in Deva world is in there's several types. A lot of time meant the heaven realm. Heaven realm is when the material is very supreme, where being born in heaven realm, they enjoy the supreme materiality. But if they don't purify their mind, they still have greed, anger, delusion, and they still be unhappy, mindfully unhappy. But physically, materially, they have supreme level of enjoyment. Okay, so when we mention, that's why he wrote the angel type. It means heaven realm, and vice versa with the woeful realm is hell realm, animal realm, hungry ghost realm is a suffering realm. And if you practice unhappy path, will lead to unhappy result, which is on the left hand side, with a heart with a lot of thorn. good analogy. And on the other side, the heart with a lot of beautiful flower. That's why he meant. And for those of you might new, you might confuse with all the bubble. That's the moment or the segment of the mind. The mind is one, but its nature is rise and fall. So that's why they have segment of the mind that is a continuum. And within that segment of the mind, the state of mind involved, whether it's wholesome and unwholesome. But after the wholesome series state of mind, if happen that you have a good condition, good wholesome state of mind, it will change the series. So that's the beauty of the nature of the mind. Okay. Anyone have any questions? Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm staying with my mom
Okay.
for a while until I go off. So I know it's temporary, but sometimes just living with her it makes me so angry. Just like the things she says and all this is very relevant because I find myself reacting harshly in my speech to her. Not good things that they come out because I have some anger.
Yes.
Right. And I notice that anger makes me want to like leave her house, like do all my stuff and go and leave. And so all this relevant because I came in here today feeling all this very strongly. You know, like when I left, we were not on good terms. And so I know I have a small amount of window of time living with her until. So I want to try to apply all this while I'm still there, so I'm not being harsh to her with my speech.
Yeah.
So how am I supposed to live with her and not let that anger, come out?
The thing is, a lot of time, the people that we love are the people who make us very happy. A lot of time, not because they're bad, it's because of our expectation from them. The more you love, the more you expect more from them, and because the expectation is not fulfilled, that's how you get angry and unhappy. So, but their nature, their character, sometimes they like that. They don't know all the way. They don't see the negativity, so they don't want to make an effort to change. So they just act out, the way they are. And it's very difficult for us to change somebody until they see it and they're willing to do it themselves. So what can we do as a loved one and we want to live? We need to understand that's their nature, and also we need to have compassion to them, right? Compassion in the sense that this nature is like that. The character is like that. And if you don't like it, you will move out. But then again, you can't leave them forever because they're your blood, and your relatives, someone you owe so much. So might as well just accept it and try to be selective of what you want to hear when someone like her is saying it. So let's say if she says something negative, contemplating on positive thing, think about how much you owe to her. She's your mother. She took care of you. She raised you. She did a lot of good things for you. So reflect just only that. Don't reflect on what she say. And what she say negatively, contemplating just sound. Sound. Frequency, right? Don't take the words she's saying, digest it. But you don't want to act out like you don't care. You just like, yes, but don't digest it. Just sound. And she may forget after she said it. But then you retain in your heart and then get hurt.
So if I leave out of anger,
right,
then I feel like that's like the flip-flop, it's going to have bad results.
Right.
If I leave out of anger.
So you don't want to leave with a bad.
You want to leave with a good note. You want to leave with a good memory, not the angry man, because you will come back. And even if you don't, you will bring it with you forever, right? So one way to combat with that negativity is to have compassion, think of things that you owe it to her, and also think that you are her son. You need to do something. And lastly, it's just contemplate on the sound that she say when negativity. It's very difficult, but you practice, you'll get used to it. But don't show to her that you are just like, yeah, right? You just, yes, be very civil, listen, but don't digest the word she say. Because she's not one of those people that you just walk away and ignore, because she's your mother. No matter what, you have to come back to her, right? But this is not always bad. There's always good time. Reflect only that. And when you get very angry, let's say, or something, for some reason you are not skillful in guarding your emotion, you get angry, get upset, and go and meditate, go walking meditation, and just let it, cool down and go away, right? But whatever it is, just stay in good term with her, because you will see her again, or if you're not, then she's your mother, right? So like that. I know it's happened to every one of us, no exception. Your wife, your husband, your son, your friend, and things that you care so much are the ones that hurt you a lot, because you expect a lot from them. If someone out on the street says something, it doesn't really matter much when your loved one says something, right? See, that's why the expectation is there, right? So there you go, understand it. And if you expect her to be perfect, then you'll be so unhappy, even though she has her positive side as well. And you yourself also reflect on yourself too. You yourself also say negatively that hurt her too. So who are you to judge? If you can't be nice to other people, then why you expect people to be nice to you? Okay? So always respect to yourself that you're not perfect either. There will be times you get angry, you say harsh things, and you also hurt her feeling too. But she never let you go. You're her son. She's a part of her flesh, part of her, like that. My mom will always say something like that to me. She say, yeah, sometimes you hurt me so much. I wish I just cut you off. But then how? I was a part of her. I am a part of her. Flesh, physically. From her, I grew, right? So that's why she always say that and remind me that no matter what, I cannot abandon her. Right? She's my mother, right? Her blood flow in me, so you can't separate it. So might as well just accept it and live with it, and accept people are not perfect, and you yourself as well, like that. Okay, yeah. And you told me all the time that whenever you get upset to her, before you say something or do something, you do walking meditation, and then by the time you know it, you say you forgot about what she upset you. Right? There you go. You've been away from the practice for so long, you forgot. Okay. Yeah. Any more questions? Yeah. So a lot of us in our life, we didn't understand better. We felt very hopeless. You think that, oh, I've been a very, very terrible person, and now been, my old age, it's very difficult for me to make a change. No, it's not true. Never late, never too late. Because you still breathing, you still live now. You can make a difference. You can turn around and be nice, be kind to other people, and you make a difference. And the moment you did it, you will see the difference. You feel happier, and you feel the other person happier. So don't ever become hopeless. That's not the end of it. Because the moment you change, that's how you become good. You don't have to undo everything you have done in the past to be good. The moment that you make a difference, that is how you set your path to be good. Count from there on. Don't go back to the past, because if you count to the past, you can never undo it. Okay? Yeah. Okay. If you don't have any more questions, we can do loving kindness and sharing merit. Okay.